Hi everybody, welcome to Good Day Farm. I hope that you're having a great day. I just wanted to do a real quick video here. So not really sure how to just I guess I'll just jump into this. So I wanted to mention, or I'm not really doing a shout out, but comment on the generosity and just the overwhelming graciousness, kindness, care. I mean, I could just go on with descriptive words, but the big one to me would be generosity, thoughtfulness, and just compassion that the I don't want to say total stranger. So here, let me real quick. I'll say, so I consider a lot of people that I've met through this channel friends, even though I've never personally met them. We communicate either through the channel, through Facebook, through emails, texting, avenues like that, and that's pretty much how I communicate with a lot of my friends. The only difference is I may see my friends face to face, obviously more often than I do somebody on YouTube that lives thousands of miles away in another country or on another continent, whatever. So, but that said, I still consider a lot of you my friends, and I would consider even more of you, if I had a way to get to know you. If I knew who you were, that kind of stuff. Like I've said before, I don't always know who everybody is because your settings are that way. Anyhow, back to the point. So I just wanted to real quick say, how amazingly generous some of you are. Probably more of you than I'm aware of, but this is directly towards me. So I received a surprise in the mail this week. And I at first wasn't sure who it came from, but I do know who it's from, and I don't believe that person would want to be. The point of them doing this was not to get recognition, so I'm not going to say who it was, but it is a friend of the channel, a friend of the community, and somebody I consider a friend. So the point of this video for me is one, just how amazed I am that like I said, not total strangers, because I consider a lot of you friends, but we've never met. And to think that a person who's never met me would be willing to do something for me that takes their time, their effort, their money, to have something sent to me is pretty outstanding. Now, I don't want to say, I don't know how to say it. I'm not really accustomed to, well, I'm definitely not accustomed to receiving gifts from people, random people in the mail. That's for sure. But I will say, the people who are very close and near to me have done some really outstanding things for me over the years, and I feel like I've done some great things for people and vice versa. And I'm a firm believer in that kind of stuff. What comes around goes around. And so as far as I've helped strangers when I used to drive long haul. I would help people when I could, and I've helped friends and family even when I couldn't, even when I probably shouldn't have, either financially or time. Our time is very valuable, and so when you commit some time to helping someone, to me that's bigger than just handing them some cash. So anyhow, that said, when somebody does something like that for me, that I know was an investment on their part, either time, money, both, whatever, it means a lot to me, and I want everyone to know that and understand that. It is not taken for granted. It is not just assumed. Those types of gestures are very, very appreciated by me. This particular gesture at this particular time came at a pretty good time for me. Just at a time where I probably may have been kind of feeling like people in general, I'm trying to find the right words for this, but I don't want to say let down, but I, the easy thing to say is losing faith in humanity. You know what I mean? So this just reminded me that people are good. There are very good people out there, and I know a lot of them. It made me stop and think when I got this to go, you know what? I'm blessed. I truly am. And that's not the point. It's not about the recognition. So I guess what I wanted to say is, so for those of you that do these kind of things for people, you probably already know what I'm talking about, but it's a really good feeling. I've done it for others. People do it for me. It's especially if it's anonymous, I guess is the right word. You just know that you did something for someone, and that's a good feeling. And then when you receive, when you're the recipient of someone doing that for you, if you're that kind of person, it blows you away. And I find that ironic. So on the one hand, I would do these types of things for people without a thought. If I can't, not if I can, but I mean, I do these things. But when someone does something like this for me, and which has happened in the past and just happened this week, it blows my mind. The first thing I think of is, I don't deserve this. I don't know, why did this person do this? And I think that goes hand in hand. I think that's, the person that expects it or, receives something and just like, oh, that's neat, and does whatever with it. That's because they aren't a giving person. I find that, at least in my experience, people who give are not the best at receiving, if that makes sense. And vice versa, people who take do it well, right? So I just wanted to say, I just, I'm sure the person who did this is going to see this video. Thank you. We've already talked, and you know how I feel. But I wanted to tell everybody else, I really, truly, the gratitude and the generosity, I've seen other people that are in our community, in other communities, do things for other people. And every time I see that, I'm just, really, I'm hopeful, and I'm thankful and blown away all at the same time. It's like, people are good, and there are good people out there. So if you're feeling down, or if you're, if you're thinking, kind of like maybe I might have been, where like, people just kind of suck. And I find that, the more we're around negative, crappy people, the more we'll think they're crappy. And, the more you're around positive, uplifting people, then the more you'll be positive and uplifting, and it really affects how you start to see things. So try and surround yourself. That's I guess my point. Try and put yourself in those positions, even if you have to start it. So even if you have to just suck it up and be uplifting, be positive, be kind. As Billy Ray says on his channel, just do good things. Whether you realize it or not, it will tremendously affect others in a positive way, and it will eventually affect you in a positive way. So just stick with it, and it doesn't cost you anything, if you're just being kind. Obviously, if you're physically purchasing something to give to someone, that costs, but there's other things you can do, just acts of kindness that don't cost you anything and may only cost you a little bit of time, that will mean so much to the person that you do it for. So, keep the faith, do it, help people when you can. I feel like that is as a human being, that is one of our duties in on this planet, is to help others. And so do that, and just keep your head up, and just be good, be kind. So I don't know if any of that made sense. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying, but I just wanted to say that, to let you guys know that I see what some of you do for others. Obviously somebody just did something for me. I do what I can for others when I can. And, if as a community, as a society, as a human being, if we can all continue to do that, great things will happen. So that's all I got to say. Bye now.